It's the most wonderful time of the year. Alrighty, guys. Yes, it is Halloween time. It is October. I'm so pumped. This is going to be my first video of my Halloween month. I'm going to do a horror review every time that I review. I'm probably going to do one every day, but I might be wrong. We'll see whenever. I have a lot planned, so we'll see. But anyway, today, for the first day of my first horror month ever, I'm going to do the film Dracula. Because for me, that is where my love and passion for horror stuff started, and I do have a love and passion for it. I love it. It's my favorite genre. Anyone that knows me knows it. But yes, the original Dracula. Okay, so I got my notes. Let's dive right in. So, Dracula, released on February 12th, 1931 in New York, and then February 14th, 1931 in the rest of the US. I don't know why, but who cares, because Valentine's Day has never been more awesome. Directed by Todd Browning, starring Bela Lugosi, David Manners, Helen Chandler, Dwight Fry, Edward Van Sloan, Herbert Bunston, Francis Dade, Joan Standing, Charles Gerard. Those are all the cast members. It was distributed by Universal Pictures, as they distributed all the great horror monster films. These were a staple in my household when I was growing up, and I've tried to make them a staple of my whole life. Just love it, love it, love it. So the budget was $341,191. I don't usually throw the budgets in these. I just wanted to. I think that was kind of a lot back in the day, just to kind of show where we're at and just to see, how that went into not only the cast and all that, but it went into the production and the way everything looks and all that. It's just very interesting. So let's just go with a couple facts from the beginning. So several actors were brought in to play the role of Dracula, but Lugosi won the role that he had previously had on Broadway. I didn't know that until I started doing research for this film, so that's pretty cool. So it was originally suggested that Dracula be played by two people, as it is in the play. One for the ghoulish kind of, more Nosferatu style that we've seen, and then one for the more Bela Lugosi style that we know and love now, which I don't really think would have worked that well, but who knows. Jonathan Harker was supposed to originally travel to Transylvania in the opening scene, but it was originally too expensive, so they couldn't do that. And also, I have another interesting fact, is the same as the stage play, Dracula was supposed to kiss Mia on the lips, but that does not happen in the film. So, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, I watched this growing up, or I tried to, I guess I should say. I always talked about how I was going to do it and everything, and so I begged my parents. I remember, and they knew what was going to happen, but I was watching the film again, and I remember them saying that when I was a kid, I was, I'm going to watch Dracula. I'm going to watch Dracula. Well, I was kind of peeking around the corner trying to be brave and all that, and I guess as soon as his hand comes out of the casket was when I was like, I'm out of here. And so I clocked that in. It is 5 minutes and 40 seconds, so I made it 5 minutes and 40 seconds into that film before I was like, deuces. But it's crazy, but I just loved it back then. And I remember having the Universal like postcards that my post office sent at the time, and it was like Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, the whole nine. I loved those as a kid. Actually, and everyone is always like, another funny, when they say Dracula, it's like, oh, I want to suck your blood. Not said in the film. Does not say that in the film at all. So I don't know where it came from initially, but it's funny. It's not even in the film. But what is in the film, the very first line that Dracula has is, "I am Dracula." So that's pretty awesome, I thought. But there's this moment in the film when, when Van Helsing shows his reflection to Dracula. It's really funny because, of course, vampires are repulsed and all that. He's just like, it's just really funny to watch. The guy, the acting overall is great, but specifically the guy, Bela Lugosi, but we've all talked about him and all that, and everyone knows. But the guy that plays Renfield is actually incredible. He's really, really good because you got to think when Redfield first shows up, or Renfield, I'm sorry, when he first shows up, he's going there to work for Dracula and all that, and so he's just this normal civil man of the time, and so he's got that role, and then of course whenever he becomes, as we know and love, Renfield, he becomes Renfield. So the actor playing him had the challenge of doing both sides of Renfield, and he does a great job. He steals the show. He really does. And so that's just something of note. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bela Lugosi is amazing. The whole cast is really good. Bela Lugosi, I know, he's top notch, especially when you think of horror films. But I don't think people talk enough about the actor that played Renfield. It's insane. But you know, it is what it is, man. It's just an awesome horror film, especially from back in the day. It's actually, I mean, it's scary. It is not like how we know and co or are with scary things, but I mean, if you showed it to a young enough kid that hadn't been shown horror films growing up, probably scare them. Maybe not because we live in a hell world, but you know the point is it's still a good movie. It's still a good fright fest, and that's the thing about it. It's scary. It's not bloody and gory and all that. It just really derives and from horror, and it's just that uses the scares, not jump scares. I mean the actual just elements and how you feel about it, how the atmosphere is and everything, how the actors portray certain things. It's really incredible and it's really great, especially back in 1931 for it to be that good still. I mean, it's 2022 now, and it's still that relevant and that incredible. That's why I wanted to cover it, because this is, like I said, I really contribute this specific film into getting me into horror. And that's, everyone that knows me, I'm into rock and metal music and I'm into horror stuff. So it's like my bread and butter right there. So I really got to give this film credit for introducing me to that, and give my parents credit for letting me watch it, even though it scared the hell out of me. But no, one thing that I did notice, everybody says the word wolf funny. Did I already say that? I'm getting all excited, but yeah, it's something that's just said. They always say it is, a wolf or a wolf, or like there's one it's like wolf, or so. It's just funny when you watch it. It is available on Tubi. I think I've mentioned that before. Tubi you can download for free, and there is all kinds of stuff on it, and this is one of them. I found it, so you can get it on there for free. And what more can I say other than check it out, please? It's awesome. You won't regret it, I promise, especially if you're an old horror buff like I am, or just a horror buff in general. I definitely recommend it. And I'm just, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, guys. I think that's my first 10 out of 10. What more can I say about it? It's incredible. Check it out, please. But let me know in the comments what you think. And my camera's acting stupid, but we'll fix it for the last 5 seconds. But if you like what you heard, like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Let's get more people into this, guys. Let's have a discussion. And I will see you next time, because Horror Month is just beginning. Ah.